Hi, I'm Brad Sugars, and welcome to this week's edition of World's Best Business Coaches. You know, when we get around the world and we find great coaches, we love to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. This week, we travel to Perth, Australia. Gavin Basset's been coaching for a lot of years. Amazing client testimonials. You should see some of these things. They've been getting results. Let's find out how he's doing it. Gav, thanks so much for your time today.
My pleasure, mate. Good to be on this call.
Fantastic. Now, Gavin, everyone comes to coaching in a different way. You were in the banking industry prior to coaching. How did you decide to become a coach? Why did you choose coaching?
I guess my story might be fairly unique, actually, Brad. I guess you look at movies like the Blues Brothers. I'm on a mission from God. I actually had a vision about probably 5 years before coming across Action Coach, and it was weird. I was in this business meeting. There was a guy on stage. I was a young bloke in the bank, moving my way up the ladder, and I distinctly heard God say, "One day you're going to do what that guy's doing." And I just went, "What, me? Like, I'm a bank guy. Like, I couldn't get up in front of people and do that."
Yeah.
And, blow me down 5 years later, I came across Action Coach. And as soon as I started reading the stuff, I just went, bang, this is it, isn't it? And it wasn't even a decision. It was just do it.
There's one key ingredient, Gavin, in all the great business coaches I get to interview. There's one key ingredient. They love coaching and helping others. And it doesn't matter how they came to that love. It's that love that does it. Have you got any... because obviously everyone has some favourite clients, and of course we all say they're all my favourite, but there's got to be some stories of clients where their results have just been so great that you're super proud of what they've achieved.
Yeah, look, I'm very blessed, or I feel I'm very blessed. I have a number of clients who sort of fit within that range of 5 to 10 years. And, so I've got to, you can see some over my shoulder here, Wally up the top there, James and John. Like James has been a client now for just over 5 years. Wally's 8 years. John's coming up 11 years. So all different sort of fun times for these guys. I guess when I've been working so close with these guys, instead of seeing them as clients, I see them as partners. We're partnering up to do something fairly magnificent. James in the middle there, when I first started working with him, he sort of hit a threshold. He's turning over $6 million, making a little bit of money. And in a remote town, 2-hour plane flight from my office. And, went up there, had a look. It was a 2-day diagnostic, have a look at his business, and because his business was fairly substantial, and I've just taken this guy on a journey of being way up there to now living in Perth. His kids go to high school down here now. Business has more than doubled. The profits kind of quadrupled. The guy in the first 2 years was able to buy the car off his dream chart. He's about to buy his boat off his dream chart. And just to participate in that, that's kind of fun.
It is.
Because I get to be part of that, and get in the car and jump on that boat and, all kinds of stuff. And I've taken guys like, James and Wally and John, to Melbourne, with action events and to the Gold Coast with action events. I've taken these guys to Bali, and we've had, 3 days away together and just, talk life, talk business. And, Wally's another one like that, he was in a business partnership. He was having an awful time, and, just challenged him to actually, take charge of his life. And, it took a year to get out of the business partnership, but the last 7 years, his business has gone from, a $1 million business to just over $5 million. He's about to move into a premises which is triple the size of anything he ever dreamed of.
Wow.
Just to be part of that.
So obviously you get to have a lot of fun with these clients of yours, and you get the results come. What is it like? There must be some areas of coaching that you love. For me, I love the marketing side of coaching. What are the areas where you love coaching people on?
Well, it's probably changed over the years. I mean, with a banking background of 15 years, I've always loved numbers. I don't know
Yeah.
why, but when I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet, and they took me on some work experience down at this deer park, and the report card came back. Gavin's good with numbers. I mean, what's going on? So, that was right from when I was like, 14, 15. But I've always loved the numbers and helping people understand the numbers in their business. I guess over the last 2 or 3 years, as I've taken my clients, right through those mastery stages into what we call Action Coach, the synergy level. I've just got so many clients at synergy level where, these days it's about, vision casting. It's about dreaming. It's about looking at ways we can disrupt their industry. It's about adding a new dimension. I mean, it's actually taken me on a journey I never, actually dreamed of myself. So, it's like, it's kind of fun. I mean, it's like a Meccano set, but with business, So.
Now, when you love the numbers, what are some of the things that business owners have to know to be good with numbers? I mean, what are some of the things that when you get someone, you say, you've got to learn these things, or here's the secrets to being good with numbers? Give us some of your best lessons.
Well, it's interesting because I don't know, you can probably see that thing over my shoulder there. That's my brand promise to my clients. I mean, results, simplicity, community, and one in the middle is really important. The simplicity. I mean, it's the basic stuff that most people look right past, or just some reason never understood. The difference between a gross profit and a net profit. I mean, it sounds simple, but people don't get it. And markup and margin. Just simple things like that, which can be costing them so much money. Just those variable costings that they just don't understand. And I think just helping people understand the basics in their business. I mean, even things like, let's have a look at your numbers and let's see what the budget should be compared to what you're spending. That just saves people money. Just in this last 12 months, because I can't get away from numbers. I mean, James, the guy in the middle, we've looked at how we can shave $1 million off the cost of his business. And within 6 weeks, we did exactly that.
Wow.
It's just nuts. I mean, John owns 2 businesses. We did the same with John's business. And you just go, I've been coaching these guys forever, but you can still find stuff just by looking at the numbers, and it never ceases to amaze me because I'm going, dude, why didn't we see that before? Chop.
Yeah. Now one other area, Gav, you've always been really good at is the sales and marketing side of it. You've turned around a lot of companies with the sales side of it. What are some of the keys to changing a sales, like a business that's doing okay in sales, but starting to get them to really grow in sales? What are some of your keys to get them moving in that direction?
Well, the thing I find is a lot of people who are in sales roles have actually never had any sales training. And when I say haven't had sales training, I mean, they haven't even read a sales book. And you say, how'd you learn about sales? Oh, I don't know. The boss told me to get out there and make some calls or, do it's a disaster. So look, I get them doing, again, simple things like, hey, why don't you read the 1-minute salesperson,
Right.
Why don't you read, Harry Becker's book, Selling the Invisible, the Brad Sugar's book, Instant Sales. Just start reading some stuff, I mean? And I think the fantastic thing about being part of Action Coach is, we have the video library that we can, let our clients have access to. And, there's just so much stuff there, not necessarily always on sales, but on mindset stuff that helps them actually be, the person that can make the sale in that interview. And, again, it's simple stuff. And again, setting targets, setting KPIs. Again, I'll use John down the bottom there. He's got in one particular business, there's a team of 4 sales guys. I was out there yesterday, just put 2 new guys on. I couldn't believe it yesterday, man. They're up to nearly 100 employees, and I'm just going, wow, how did that happen? But, with their sales guys, it's like, okay, guys, so how many calls are you making a day? What margin are you aiming for this week? And it's just helping them actually focus in on, again, the basics. I'm a basic guy.
Yeah. Gavin, I've always said this as well. Going back to the basics in business is something that's really, really important. One other thing you do with all of your clients that I think is phenomenal, you've got it on your wall there, the community side of it. Everything from your planning that you do with them to education stuff to even just fun events and that sort of stuff. Explain to me why you use community so much. What is the benefit to the business owner, I guess?
Yeah, look, it's something I stumbled across by accident. I'd say probably 2008. Yeah, probably 2008. And in my action life, I've had many permutations. I've been a work from home coach. I've been a work with other coaches guy. I've owned a firm with 12 coaches and 10 staff. These days I'm a little bit of a transition where my business plan has seen me have a fairly significant team going into the future as well. And I guess it's the cool thing about Action Coach. You can be all kinds of different things. I love variety, so but. What happened in 2008, I was sitting in the airport with my business partner at the time, Ruben, and our plane got delayed. And I guess you can sit there and whinge about your plane getting delayed, but we actually sat there and just started, throwing stuff at the wall. And one of the things that we came up with is, what if we created a community that actually, worked with each other and referred business to each other, and actually, dare I say it, did part of our job for us under our facilitation, and actually caused each other to actually want to stay in that community. And so here we are, whatever that is, 7 years later. And so we have Growth Club where, we have 80 people come in there, and people rave about, the camaraderie that they have, and they get to see the progress that people are having, and they learn from people. And as people win business awards, they want to actually get alongside those people and find, what were they doing that I wasn't doing? Like, how come they beat me? And, stuff like that. And I also have a group, which, Wally and James are part of. It's 6 businesses, 12 people. And we go to lunch every month. And, it's a 3.5 hour lunch minimum. Some kick on till like much later.
Right.
But we just get there and we talk business. We put challenges on the table. I'm having this challenge in my business, and I really just facilitate, and I have a bunch of fun. And the guys walk away and say, okay, from lunch today, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to come back next week, next month, and I'm going to tell you that I did this, and if I didn't, here's my consequence, So it's just creating I guess it's that old proverb, as iron sharpens iron. So it's creating that place where, I say this to my clients, I don't have all the answers, but there's enough people in my community that do. So, you hang out long enough, you're going to find some stuff out, So.
Yeah, no, and that's a phenomenal thing. I think, unfortunately, business ownership's a pretty lonely road, and getting business owners together, they can't help but, at least someone said to me the other day, until they got together with other business owners, they thought they were the only one with those problems, and it was very lonely for them. Speaking of community, Action Coaches, you mentioned, is a large community of coaches, and it's, the best business coaches in the world in one community. How do you think, what is it about Action that we attract such high level people? Why does Action Coach get that caliber of people?
Well, I think the reason that happens is, getting to know a lot of the coaches over the years through, our regional conferences and our global conferences. A lot of them have, backgrounds like mine. I don't necessarily mean banking. I mean like a structured background, a corporate background. And I think Action has that structure and corporateness, yet it has this fluidity where, you're not locked into that corporate world. You've got that structure that you can lean on, and you've got the people you can be part of and you can reach out to. I talk to guys all the time, like, on Skype or, now Zoom which is pretty cool, or via email, or, sometimes by text. So we've just got this community of people that, we know have got the wherewithal, i.e. they actually know what they're doing, plus they're part of this structure, plus you can be autonomous at the same time. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of everything all in the same box.
Yeah. But that's why I'm asking you guys to describe it, because from my side of the fence, I see what it is, and I know how we've built. And, we've taken coaches, and you've seen this more than anyone. We've taken guys and gals who, they have the capability of being great coaches, but they no experience, and turned them into phenomenal business coaches. And I think that's a great part of our community, helping each other do that. So there's going to be some people watching this that are contemplating getting a coach, and others who are contemplating becoming a coach. What's your advice to both groups of people on making the decision to go ahead, or how they should make the decision?
Well, look, I guess when it comes to becoming a coach, it's quite an interesting thing, because I would have described my life, or my business life, as fairly steady and stable prior to joining Action Coach. Action Coach has taken me on a roller coaster of a lifetime, and I don't say that in a negative way. But what I mean is it's forced me to grow, sometimes at exhilarating speed, and other times to catch the breath, and other times not knowing what the heck's happening next. And so if you don't like the thrill of life, then Action Coach is probably not for you. But, if you know that you actually need to be mentally challenged, if you know that you need to be even physically challenged. I know so many of our coaches, myself included, who, our fitness regime has to be pretty darn good to actually keep the energy up for what our clients require of us.
You think about it, Gav, on your big days, you're coaching 7 or 8 business owners back to back. That's a big work day. You got to keep healthy and all that sort of stuff. I think our fitness community at Action Coach is pretty strong too. What about someone who's thinking of working with a coach? What would your advice be to them?
Well, the thing I see often with business owners, and I have over the 14 years I've been an Action Coach, is that people deliberate on the decision for way too long. And the amount of my clients that have said, I had the opportunity to do this 2 years ago, and they're 6 months in the program, 12 months in the program ago, I don't understand why I waited. And you're going, dude, I don't get why you waited either. So, if you think, even just for a fleeting moment, you need a coach, just do it. I mean, I have never coached anyone who waited that 2 years, 3 years, who went, I wish I had to wait another 5. They always say, I wish I'd come across this when I started my business. You look at John. I mean, John's, we've been coaching John since, 2004. He's now on his 3rd business. Grew the first business to 20 odd mil. This second one, we're bumping 70 mil, 100 staff. He's about to do what's always been his dream, is to roll this into a bigger company and float it. I mean, in John's words, and this is just his words, just yesterday, I was with his management team. I mean, the guy's got a management team of 15 people. I mean, John now works 3 days a week, not because he has to, but because he's interested in seeing what's actually happening there at his company. And he said this is his words. He said, I don't know where this company would be without the likes of someone like Gavin, who has helped drive us to where we are. Now, he didn't have to say that. Now, his new general manager, who's just come into the chair 3 months ago, he's been part of the business the whole time, and he's been in some of the coaching and that sort of stuff. He even said that too. He says, Gavin is the magic this company needs.
Yeah.
Now, I just sort of sat there going, wow, that's pretty darn cool, But for a company to go from 30 odd million not making money to 70 million and making more money than most people ever see in their life, that doesn't just happen. That happens through careful training and planning and coaching. And all those guys on that poster there, they've got similar stories, where all of them would say they are now making more money than they ever dreamed was actually possible out of business. I mean, most of them actually got into business because they just didn't want to work for someone else, but they wanted to make, the same money that they're making.
Yeah.
Now they have businesses where they can buy a boat and take off for a day. They can take off for 5 weeks and go to Europe. That doesn't I don't think that happens without coaching. So, if you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I, just do it. I don't think you would regret it. Those people behind me would tell me you wouldn't regret it. So just do it.
Gav, those 3 guys are just 3 of many. We've got dozens and dozens of testimonials from your clients, video ones, written ones, all that. That's why you're here on this call this week. So I just want to let you know we're very proud of the results you're getting with your clients. We think it's phenomenal. Keep up the great work, and thanks for giving us your time here today.